Imagine a galaxy where diplomacy has finally shattered and the fragile peace of the Republic is replaced by the deafening roar of orbital bombardments and fleet-wide mobilizations. You are part of the vanguard, thrust into the opening salvos of a conflict that has been brewing for decades, only to find that into the war isn't just a deployment order, but a descent into a meat grinder where political ideals die in the vacuum of space. But when you discover that victory isn't determined by grand strategies in the capital, but by the split-second decisions of captains on the line who must adapt to an enemy that evolves faster than intelligence can predict, you realize that survival isn't about following doctrine, it's about rewriting it through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics. Welcome to Into the War, the third pulse-pounding, atmospheric, and deeply strategic installment in James Rosone's Rise of the Republic series. If you love military space opera tropes, fleet command dynamics, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of watching protagonists navigate a cosmic chessboard through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in speculative fiction, blending the visceral crunch of tactical combat with the profound weight of interstellar duty. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist's first major engagement as a commanding officer, thrusting them into a race against time to hold a critical system before the enemy fleet achieves total superiority. The atmosphere is thick with the hum of strained engines, the static of encrypted comms, and the creeping dread of knowing that every decision could branch into a timeline where the Republic falls. Rosone excels at capturing the psychological toll of command in the face of uncertainty, making every tactical maneuver, every resource allocation, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is not just death, but the irreversible fracture of civilization. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular fleet commander trope and the brilliant asymmetric warfare dynamic. This isn't just about shooting lasers, it's about understanding the complex ecology of galactic politics, managing limited resources, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who rely on brute force and superior capital. Watching the protagonist reverse-engineer enemy strategies, craft overpowered gear from rare drops, and completely shock arrogant elites with unconventional, trap-heavy tactics is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying chiming ding of a massive level up to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the slaughter, the soul of Rise of the Republic lies in its characters and the heavy burden of integrity. The protagonist isn't just a cold, calculating gamer, they are deeply human individual struggling to maintain their humanity in a system that rewards ruthlessness. They quickly form bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of fellow survivors who help them navigate the treacherous waters of the new social order. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as their squad watches them casually calculate the damage output of a coordinated strike. Their unbreakable trust provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal world-ending threats their way. As the plot accelerates toward the climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major conspiracy or a rival faction's assault forces the protagonist to push their abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical firepower, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just survive the assault, they completely shatter the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of skills and crafting to turn the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword, it's the one who understands the rules better than anyone else. Into the War is a triumph of the LitRPG and fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. Plug in your headphones, check your stats, and join the climber. The system is live, but his future is bright.